Okay, hello guys, it's Jack from Propstead, and today we took a ride out and we are right here at Abijo GRA. And we're not just at Abijo GRA, we're at the Fairfield Apartments. The Fairfield Apartments is a development by Middlechase, a very reputable real estate company here in Lagos State. And as you can already see behind me, it's a beauty, as you can see. So I'm going to be taking you inside, going to be going around the building, going inside it, outside it, all around it, to show you what it's like. And then I'll give you more information on it. Come on, let's go. Welcome to the Fairfield Apartments and Eastland Golf Estate by Middlechase at Abijo GRA. The Fairfield Apartments is a serviced estate with 1, 2 and 3 bedroom apartments. This estate features excellent drainage system, concrete tarred roads, underground parking, CCTV surveillance, underground wiring, a social court, a sports center, and a host of other features. Now you can get a 1-bedroom apartment here for 14.5 million naira semi-finished, or 16 million naira for a finished apartment, or a 2-bedroom apartment for 24 million naira for semi-finished, or 28 million naira for finished apartments, or a 3-bedroom apartment for 30 million for semi-finished apartments and 34 million for finished apartments. You could also pay using a 3 to 6 months interest-free payment plan with 5 million naira initial deposit. While on this tour, we're also taken to a model apartment to see how clients could create and fashion their own units to their taste. Alright then, let's get back to the tour.
Now, if you want to know how we started this building, then let's look at the code before we go back. Now, all the buildings you're seeing here are standing on pile foundation. We have them in variations. There are some standing on 22-meter pile foundation. There are some standing on 18-meter pile foundation. Now, a pile foundation is quite different from wrap foundation. You have wrap foundation, you have just a normal dry line where you just come, you do your blinding, you do your block. But here we're doing pile foundation. Remember the peculiarity of this place. This is a wet soil, and whatever you're doing here, you're going to make sure that you put in all necessary precautions when you're building. You go to some places where you see building tilting to one side, you're having differential settlement. But if you look around, just look at all the buildings that are standing well aligned. You're not having differential settlement. Or volleyball, because the foundation will survive for 75 years. And that's why all our buildings command 75 years structural value. Now these are the piles. We have a piling machine that will drill as deep as 22 meters down the ground. Any building that is at 22 meters down the ground can survive anything, can survive earthquake. At that point, we're already at 0.6 meters below the earthquake level. So if there's any earthquake, or have any landslide, the buildings will still remain. So that's Code B. Code B, we're also going to be replicating another 92 units of apartment, and we have Code C vertically aligned at the other end, just directly opposite the sample building. Can I take any question before we go to the sample building to have a feel of how the internal space is?
Thank you very much for the tour so far. I want to ask, so you mentioned that there are going to be 92 units in about, so far, I think 2 of the buildings are going to be 92 units. So that means that, yes, that means that at full capacity you're going to have, say, 92 occupants, and that's quite a very large number. So what's the provision that the company is making for the amount of the population that's going to be here when it comes to traffic? For instance, I can see there's only one gate, one exit. So how is traffic going to be managed here, number one? And then secondly, what provision is made for parking spaces, for such people?
Okay, at the moment we also want, let me start with the parking.
Okay.
Now the parking arrangement is that we're going to have dedicated car spaces for residents. We're also going to be having spaces for visitors to park at the external part of the estate. Now, within the estate, we're also going to be creating car spaces for 250 cars. Remember that I mentioned the size of the land. And we are blessed with so much size of land, about 3 acres of land. So we're going to be creating another space for about 250 cars. Peradventure, you might have a subscriber that might have more than 2 cars. What does it do with the third car? So you can go and park at the open area for where you can park 250 cars. Now, externally, two people can park at the external space. Now, let me also take your question of how are we going to manage traffic. Now, within our estate, we are going to have an access control point. We've already brought in the materials. If you look there, that's one of the material for access control. That is to minimize entry and exit within the estate, to control it. Now, going out of the estate, our road is designed in a V shape. V shape. Now, if you're coming in, you're not going out through that road. Within Shalom, if you're coming, if you take note, there's a kind of V kind of movement in Shalom. So if I'm coming in, I come in. If I'm going out, I go this way.
The other way.
I come out through Middlechase International School and I find my way. That's one of the routes. Now, the second route is where you have the electrification poles coming in from. Now, that's going to be our second route that leads directly to rain oil. So we've factored in, we've looked at the numbers. We are anticipating having over 900 people live here. So we've taken note of traffic coming in and going out. And that's why you see that even within our estate, we're doing a whole lot. You have this gate here, you have another gate over there. So I could choose to drive out from that gate. I could choose to drive out from here.
And I noticed the roads are also very wide.
Yes, 12, about 12 meters. 12 meters in terms of width that commands entry in and also out of the estate. And another thing about the road is that it's a concretized road. And that's why I mentioned that whatever we're doing things that will command value for our clients. This road is a concretized road. If you're driven on Abijo GRA Expressway, you will discover that this is exactly what Dangote is doing on Abijo GRA Expressway. And we are replicating it here to give back value. It's costing so much. Normally, we would have just done paving of about 80 cm thickness paving, like what we have at the external part on around here. But for us, we don't want a situation whereby people are trying to find their way out and you're telling them, please, when you go on maintenance work, we're trying to be paving, paving. And that's why we're doing concretized road within the estate. And it's quite wide, about 12 meters in terms of width.
Hello everybody. Right now we are at Fairfield Apartments by Middlechase. I've already taken you around this estate. It's a very, very wonderful one, and I'm really, really impressed with the work that is going on here. And we can see from when we enter through the gates all the way down to going into the apartments, both the ones that have been completed and the ones that are still being worked on. You can see that there's excellent work going into this estate. And so I have here with me Mr. Gabriel, Engineer Gabriel. He's the engineer that's working on this estate, and so I'm just going to have a discussion with him, asking him a couple of questions so that he can clear some of the doubts that we have, and then you can start making your investment ASAP. All right, thank you very much for granting me this interview, Mr. Gabriel. So first of all, I just want to know, you've already told us a lot about this estate, and I believe our viewers have already heard it so much. So I just want to know, what 3 things will you say make this estate unique? Different from we have lots of estates around, lots of developers, but what 3 things do you think for you is what stands this estate out, amongst all the others?
One is infrastructure. 2 is commitment to deliver, and 3 value for your money, what you're buying.
Tell us about the infrastructure, more specifically. What infrastructure makes this one more special than others?
It starts with the social area. The social area where we can interconnect together. What we have at the sports arena. Remember I mentioned about the golf course, the lake, artificial lake, and also recreational area for children. Now that's the social area. Secondly, well lit up drainages. We're already standing on a concretized road. You hardly can find this one in some other neighboring estates, most estates around. Now that's one. Then 24-hour power supply, security with surveillance cameras, then accessibility to markets, to crèche, school for your children. A whole lot. If I need to go on, I not leave yet.
Okay. Thank you so very much. Okay, so the one-bedroom apartment here selling for 16 million naira. That's the semi-finished or the finished.
16.5 for finished, 14 million for semi-finished.
Okay, 14 million for semi-finished, 16.5 for fully finished. So because we have lots of clients that they want to buy, but they're saying they're still trying to make a decision and they like to take a lot of time. So what do you think about the pricing of this place in the next, say, 3 months? Do you think there's going to be like a rise in prices, or prices are probably going to remain like this for a long time?
For that, because of inflation, there's going to be likely going to be a rise. For instance, we do not use any kind of rod. We use TMT rod. At the moment, TMT rod, which is one of the best in the sector. And when we started this project, at the inception of this project, we were buying that ton of rod for about 225 million. Currently now, as of last week, when we went to purchase the ones we're using currently, we bought for 525,000 naira per ton.
Wow,
so you can just imagine, it's like almost triple the price. Wow. So for that, in terms of price control, you cannot control the price because of what you're using to build, especially the materials that you're using to build. And now, secondly, at the inception of the project, we started at 2-bedroom at 6.5 million. What people are buying at 28 million. We launched a 1-bedroom at 7 million, and today people are already buying for 6.5 million. So you see, you can't really control the price. People are already cashing out already. Imagine the likes of, I don't mention, someone bought 20 units of 2-bedroom. Wow. And you can just imagine 20 units of 2-bedroom at 6.5 million. And now it's 28 million.
Wow.
If you need to do the math,
that's a lot of money already.
He's already smiling to the bank already. So if you're thinking of rental income, you're thinking of cash flow, then this is the place to be.
Definitely. So you guys have heard it from the engineer himself at Fairfield Apartments. There's no need to slack, there's no need to snooze. Start making investments in this estate already. You can visit www.propsteadng.com to get linked up and request for a tour. You can come here yourself and see what is happening here, see the development for yourself, and then start making investments in this estate. This is Fairfield Apartments by Middlechase, and guys, we're waiting on you to start making your investment. But of course, we're not going to wait forever because there are other people. So so make your investment before it gets sold out, right? So guys, from all of us here and from Fairfield Apartments, we will see you soon. Cheers.